minutes late. Fucking Christ. Yo!
Dude, those Benny's cups are elite. Those Benny's cups are elite.
I put my coffee in there. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Pickoff. Happy Thursday. I'm your host, as always, Colby Marcy, and alongside me every Thursday, I wish was every day, Jake Hassan. Anyone wondering why I'm late? You have no idea how much being late fires me up. Hate being late. The mic wouldn't work. Everything was plugged in. Would not work. So apologize for the delay. Being late is my biggest pet peeve in life.
Really?
If it's not a party, oh, dude, my skin crawls knowing that I was 120 seconds late.
Yeah.
Crawls. Like, I've always been that way, and it wasn't like a taught thing. If I want to be there, I care. You know what I mean? Like, if people that are late, I cannot stand you. You clearly that's how I know you care about something and don't care about something is how on time you are.
Follow-up question. If they give you the text that they're going to be late, does that make it better?
Where are we at?
I think pick your own adventure. I don't know, in general.
If it's work, if it's for pay, there's no excuse.
Sure. Okay. So let's say social situations then.
It's free for all.
Okay. How early do you get to the airport?
Not insanely early. I'm
The
not like
low number.
When I had the carry-on for Denver, an hour.
Okay, good. I thought you were going to say something that was going to piss me off, but I'm proud of you.
No, if I have usually an hour and a half. If I have
good answer.
Check-in, hour and a half. I don't like the rush of like having to be there, but I also hate waiting. Because if I'm at Midway, I'm walking the whole airport to kill time. Also, to get the feet moving.
Sure.
All right,
Jake.
Jake.
Myself time for an airport beer, or two.
I've never had an airport beer. Jake, I'm not.
Do it yourself. I'm done. I quit.
I'm not having a beverage.
Oh, I quit. Enough.
In the morning.
I'm done with you and your antics. You're.
Can I give you a reason why?
Because it's fun?
No, why I don't want it? I don't want to have to get up on the airplane. I don't want to have to pee. That's my number one reason.
Have you considered getting good? Like,
somebody said, who's Kevin Love? Me? Or Jake looks like Riley Green. So
I think it's about me because I've gotten that before. I've gotten Kevin Love before. So I would love, like, this has to be somebody who knows me or follows me on Twitter, because there's no way this is random. There's no way.
Rowdy, what's going on, my guy? Jake, let's cut the crap. We have too much to talk about. Too much to talk about. And honestly, we deserved this week in terms of entertainment, because I feel like the last two times we've chatted, it was just like us filibustering and filling the time because nothing really has happened. And plus, football entered our lives. But this is the best week. We've got so much to talk about. The Tigers are collapsing. The Blue Jays are collapsing. The Red Sox are getting hot. There's so many teams getting hot right now, and this is the most beautiful time of the season. Also, I just want to say, who's Wyatt Earp?
I have no idea. I was just going to Google it.
Please Google that. What's going on, Eli? The Mets are not good. I don't care what they do against the Cubs. I want to say, show me a photo. Let me see. What is it?
Wyatt Barry Stapp Earp was a lawman in the American West. Died Died in 1929. But he has a mustache, so I guess that's what they're going for.
Can you show me a photo, or you can't?
You got a computer, don't you? You got Wi-Fi, no?
Nah, I don't feel like doing that. I want to say the Cleveland Guardians are what makes this time of the year magical. This is where baseball is
One word for it.
Just unbelievably awesome. You can feel it in the air. This is where the stadiums are packed and everybody cares. The land is Believe land right now, and I am here for it. I'm also holding a maybe them to make the playoffs at sub 5-1. But what's going on, Dalton?
On the Guardians?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
What was the number you just said?
Sub 5-1.
Oh, okay. I thought you said 75-1. I was like, when the hell did you bet that? Anyway, but you did.
Last year?
Yeah, right. Opening day.
Rowdy, don't listen to that. Don't listen to them.
It's a hilarious comment, though.
You're far from that, Rowdy. Now, no, I'm holding a Guardians +4. Where's that? 479 to make the postseason. And 2 weeks ago, thought it was dead. Yeah. And since then, the Tigers have collapsed fully. They're 0-10 in their last 10. Meanwhile, the Guardians are 10-0. They are on fire. And Jake, I don't know if you saw this post, but somebody was moaning and groaning about how the Guardians scored 3 runs without the ball leaving the infield, and they were like, "Oh, this is stupid. This is stupid."
Mm-hmm.
I would rather, genuinely, sometimes I think home runs are just too much. Sometimes I would rather see the small ball occasionally.
What about 16?
We'll get there in a sec. But if you can't appreciate every aspect of baseball, don't watch. Oh, no home run. Watching.
Well, I mean, that's what you're that's what you're going to get, though, on September 25th at the end of the season. We've talked about this. You're going to get the people who parachute in and who, get stupid stuff happens in baseball all the time. And that's how you lose a bet, or that's how you lose a game, and people get upset. And it's just the nature of the thing. I mean, not everybody's as locked in as you or I since opening day. And, to your broader point that, no home run, baseball must not be good. Like, it's just, that's not how it works.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, it's just stupid. Like, just stupidity across.
But it's very funny.
It is so fun watching Jose Ramirez. And my biggest pet peeve is how people around this time every year, or middle of July, we like to talk about, how come no one's talking about Jose Ramirez? Like, he's a really good talent. Do you know who writes those articles? Morons. People who don't watch baseball. People who don't watch baseball mention Jose Ramirez as an underrated, under-the-radar player. Is he not one of the most consistent switch hitters and one of the best third basemen we've seen in the last decade? Probably freaking. And he's the only reason why the Guardians are ever relevant.
I mean, I will say, the Guardians, they do this every year. To your point, they're exactly what the Rays were 10 years ago, where they just churn out 85 to 92 wins. They get into the playoffs because of these pitchers that they pull off the street out of nowhere, and they have exactly one superstar. 10 years ago, it was Evan Longoria
I would give
and the
Steven
Rays.
Kwan a bump, but he's not a superstar. I would give him a bump of
it's one bona fide superstar, and then a bunch of guys who are solidly above average.
Stepping up.
Yeah, exactly. Or outperform what they're expected to. So, 10 years ago, 12 years ago with the Rays, it was that pitching staff and Evan Longoria and guys like Brandon Lau and guys like, what's his face? G-Man Choi. Like, it was it's just guys like that. And now it's the Guardians with Jose Ramirez and Steven Kwan and Tanner Bybee, who goes on his end of year reign of terror where he's awesome. And it's Carlos Santana. It's Andres Jimenez. It's Bo Naylor. Kyle Manzardo, who I still think is going to be very good. But this is what they do. Granted, now this year we felt like it was different, because the Tigers, after their postseason run last year, and they had the Cy Young favorite with Tariq Skubal, and they had the guys, and they have a sensational, one of the best managers in baseball. And so we had higher expectations than the Guardians or the Rays, and the Tigers got out to that insane start. And so you just kind of put it in the back of your brain. We're like, all right, whatever. Tigers got lazy. But this, Colby, we talked about this. the Tigers, that was always our concern with them, was that they were kind of a straw man. They were a house of straw. They were a house of cards, and now it's all crumbling. I saw somebody on Twitter say that AJ Hinch should maybe lose his job. What are you talking about? Like, that insane. First of all,
hold on. We've mentioned this a gajillion times, dating back to when I took Scooble to win MVP.
Mm-hmm.
When he's the superstar of the team.
Those were fun tickets for like 3 days.
Super side note, make sure we get back to this topic. Let's take a step to the right real quick, because I chirped somebody yesterday because they were saying Crotch should be the AL Cy Young Award winner. When was ever Crochet mentioned in the AL MVP race? Not once. Sure. That's all I need to mention about Scooble. Oh, well, it's just a two-bad race right now. That's not what I said. That is not what I said. That is not what I said. Do not try to throw something else out there. It's Scooble. I don't care what has transpired of what he's had to carry over the last 2 months. That is not on him. That is not on him. Going back to the Tigers. He is their only superstar. It's kind of like how we talked about Stephen Kwan just a second ago. He's not a superstar, but he's a high-quality player that you would want on any team. If your favorite team doesn't have a Stephen Kwan, you would want a Stephen Kwan, a consistent bat. Riley Green is that. Spencer Torkelson is that. Kerry Carpenter is that. Gleyber Torres is that. Who the hell saw Javi Baez making the All-Star game? None of us. Like, none of those guys are superstars, but they're high-quality players that any team would love to have. I mean, Riley Green, despite striking out the most in baseball, 30-plus home runs. He's only 24. That's Jake's younger brother. Like, he's a proud family guy.
He's only 24. Holy crap.
I'm pretty sure he's 24.
And this is like his third season, too.
He has a better beard than you, too. Layups, dude. They were layups. Like, just practicing layup drills. ASAP Ferg.
Is it frustrating when you go to concerts and you can't see the stage?
I don't go to concerts, you goober. I did go to Chris Stapleton this year and I couldn't hear
it. God, he is.
Hold on. I was on the far left. That's why I couldn't hear anything. It was all muffled.
His birthday is in 3 days, Riley Green. Wow. So not only is Riley Green only 3 years younger than me, we are separated by 2 days. His birthday's September 28th. We are separated by 2 days.
Your birthday's October.
Nope.
It's the last day of the year? Or the month? Sorry. Last day of the month.
Are you okay?
2 cups of coffee. Sorry.
Right. That you famously drink decaf, by the way.
I don't drink decaf. Dark roast. Black.
I swear you told me you don't even. Oh, no, you know what you said to me one time? You said to me that you don't drink it for the caffeine, and my dumb brain interpreted that as
yes.
You don't drink it with caffeine.
No, like I've hooked myself too hard that I do get the headache. So
God, this is Riley Green's 4th year. Wow. He came into the league in 2022 at the age of 21. He's played in 483 games already. That's wild.
I like him. I like watching him.
I think he's going to be really good.
His swing pisses me off.
I do think he has legitimate MVP upside eventually.
His swing pisses me. You know, whenever you're on him, I don't know how many times you've bet him this year, but when you watch him bat and you see his swing, you're like, there's no way he's making contact with anything that's coming up.
No,
because he has that like dip. He dips. It just drives me nuts.
Got to get that elevation.
Now, what do you think
no,
higher chance? Oh, you don't think? Do you think the Tigers missed the playoffs?
I don't know, because the Astros look like hot garbage right now, too.
Exactly. I kind of think if the Tigers missed the playoffs, it'd be a good thing, because it's not like they're going to make any noise. They're not going to make any noise in October. We talked about it before.
Let's see.
And maybe recency bias is that much of a drug, but
the Tigers finish with, because it's either going to be the Tigers or the Astros miss. So yes. The Astros finish with the Angels and the A's today, but then the Angels and the Tigers finish with, am I an idiot? Why can't I read right now? There we go. Oh man. All right. The Astros are getting in. The Tigers finish with Boston. That's tough.
Oh, all right, Peter, your season.
Because Boston is going to be fighting for that either first wild card or possibly the division still too.
I think they're the
Angels are playing for
under-the-radar
nothing.
scary team of the postseason.
Boston? How underrated, how under the radar can the Boston Red Sox be?
Right now, the stories right now is Seattle and in Cleveland.
Well, yeah, but it's still Boston. It's still one of the biggest teams in baseball. It's the Red Sox. They're not just going to be. But I do agree with you that I think I really like what they got cooking. It's just how
Red Sox suck.
Because you have Crochet. I mean, we've talked about this. Like, you have the ace. You have two spectacular bullpen arms at the bottom. Like Garrett Whitlock, what he's become in the 8th inning. Oh my God. Sensational manager, one of, if not the best manager in baseball, certainly in the American League. And then you have the stars in the lineup. It doesn't look like Roman Anthony's going to come back from that oblique injury. He's probably done for the season, or at least late into the postseason. But you still have Bregman. You still have Story. You still have.
Ignore the big names. We have to just appreciate, as a Yankee fan, hate saying this, but you got to speak the truth and you got to be unbiased. Lucas Giolito being serviceably really good, like
100%. They fixed
what he's producing right now over the last month is beyond his serviceable. He's playing above what he's been over the last 2 years, if not back when he was good against when he was on the White Sox. He's being what Brandon Pfaadt is right now. He's the Brandon Pfaadt of 2023.
That's fair. I don't hate that take. The problem, though, with the Red Sox, when you get to that, if you want to make comparisons to that 23 Diamondbacks team and this Red Sox team, and of course it's not 1-to-1, it's not exactly the same, but if you want to make that comp, that Giolito is the Pfaadt and Crochet is their Gallen, they're still missing a Merrill Kelly. Like they still, Bayo has hit the skids in his last 3 starts, and I'm on the Red Sox today and Bayo today, to be perfectly clear, but I don't know if he could, like, we've seen Bayo do these high wire acts and high pressure situations. I don't know if he's got it. And so I think the Red Sox have the upside. I certainly like them more than the Blue Jays. I certainly like them more than the Mariners. Listen, as long as they can get in, and right now they're on the outside looking in, but I'm still so bullish on the Astros. I still like,
good point, Eli.
As long as they get in, I still really like this Astros team. And now they have the Angels to finish, and the Tigers have the Red Sox. I think there's a chance the Astros get in, and if that's going to be the case, I'm going to like their path. I just don't like anyone in the American League.
If you're a first-time commenter, go off, because you're the best.
Yeah.
Just want to say you're the absolute best. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a baseball diehard. And yes, also tell me how to say your name. Jake is going to say the Astros, even though I'm out. I'm out.
I mean, again, to be clear, like, I hate all of these American League teams. I don't trust the Yankees.
No, I literally talked to Greg Peterson yesterday, and he was like, "Who do you like coming out of this?" And I was like, "I have not been able to grasp a confident take, which I think is awesome. I want this. I don't want to know. I don't want to have a feeling for who's going to win, because it feels less enjoyable to watch." I did say I do think it's the Dodgers that comes out of the NL, and that's my most confident lean on any team.
I agree.
It's the Dodgers. AL, I can nitpick every team to death.
Yeah.
The Yankees, you can't go to the bullpen. You will lose.
Yep.
The Tigers, you take out Schoolbowl. What do you have?
You have
a very inconsistent lineup. Sometimes you can score 25 runs. Sometimes you can't even do anything.
Sure.
Name another team. Blue Jays. I don't trust the rotation.
Not at all.
Don't trust the rotation.
I will say, though, Blue Jays, I will say Blue Jays have the upside. If you get,
1,000%.
if you get, but here's the not the ipso facto. Here's like the big if of all of that. If you get good Scherzer, if you get good Barrios, if you get good,
you do not have good Scherzer right now.
Exactly. So, but like, if you get those 3 things in succession, or even like, I still like Easton too. I think he has good upside, but still, and then you get those 3 things. That's the upside of the Blue Jays, because we know what the lineup can do. Although Alejandro Kirk getting thrown out at first base yesterday was crazy. That guy's a liability. But the Blue Jays are one of those teams that have the upside. The Yankees certainly have the upside. And I think that's the fun part about the American League, is all these teams have the upside, Because as much you want to nitpick the Tigers last year, they did it. Same thing with the Guardians were right there of beating the Yankees almost. I think this could get wild. This could get weird. Of course, everybody's going to lean towards the Yankees because of the superstar power. They're going to lean towards the Red Sox because they're hot right now. They're going to lean towards the Guardians. I think it's going to get weird. I think the Blue Jays could certainly be in the ALCS. I think that the Astros, if they get in, and I'm trying to manifest that, focus, damn it. I think that the AL could get really weird. I made it worse, didn't I? Yeah, I made it way worse. Yeah.
Put a white paper up.
No, it'll be fine. It'll correct in a second as I move. Anyway.
Also, if I say, and then I think everything that it's the postseason, so anything can happen and guys can step up.
Yeah.
Everything 100%. I nitpicked could step up. Like the Yankees went and got a ton of bullpen guys that were putting up phenomenal, but Bednar didn't give up a run until he became a Yankee for like 2 months straight. So if any of those guys just Boone, do me a favor. Don't put in Devin Williams.
Well, that's the problem.
Is it? How
the Yankees have a brain dead manager.
Jake,
that's the problem.
Do you have to play Devin Williams? Do you?
No, theoretically.
But why do I keep seeing him? It's like I feel like Boone's like maybe today. Maybe today.
All right, so right now it's the end of September. We're in the last 4 games of the season. Pick who comes out of the AL. Be a man.
You're gonna make me say it.
Be a man.
Seattle.
You think Seattle makes it? I think you might be right.
Seattle.
I think you might be right.
Hold on.
Can't wait for whatever this is about to be. It's a good hat. It's a really good hat.
Seattle.
See, now you're matching your shirt too. Now you weren't matching before. Now you're matching. That's big.
It's green. Does it look gray?
No, I mean, I'm saying you are matching now.
You're telling me gold, black, and green don't match?
No.
It does.
Nah. Yeah, but I mean, I think you might be right about the Mariners. Like, if you're going to get Julio looking like Julio, like if you're going to get Eugenio Suarez doing anything, he hit home run last night, you're going to get good Randy once the postseason starts. Like, that's going to happen. That's just who he is. For the Mariners, it's just a matter of the rotation. And I mean, Brian Moore's been great all
playing
year.
on the road.
Right.
Brian Moore's been great all year. Nitpick.
Luis Castillo's looked better. And if you could just start Logan Gilbert exclusively at home, you might just be good.
Shout out to Keith Law.
Shout out
to Keith Law. Our one point of contact.
Our one point of contact on the Mariners.
I think they're just so scorching hot, and we can talk about the big news in a second, but they're so scorching hot as a whole that it's the right time. Are they too hot is another question you could ask. And
right, peaking.
I don't think with, 4 games left, I don't think it's that early. Like last week, maybe. A week before that, yeah.
But it's been happening for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, it's been a slow.
Like they've won what 6, 7 in a row, and they had won 9 of 10 before that. Like this has been a couple weeks thing. I think that's a good conversation to have. Are the Mariners peaking too soon? I think that's a perfectly reasonable conversation because this has been going on for about 2 weeks, if not longer.
Yeah, I mean it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see who they take on in the postseason and how they perform on the road. The road, if they play fine on the road, I don't think there's a problem for them getting at least to the Fall Classic. Because I think whoever's the hottest in the AL, I think it's going to be a coast fest to the World Series.
Oh, 1,000%. I mean, you turn on MLB Network, you turn on Foul Territory, you turn on whatever. Like everybody's saying, yeah, the National League, you're going to get whoever gets through the National League is going to be battered, bruised, bleeding, gone through hell to get there. And whoever comes through the American League is going to be like, all right, cool, let's do this.
It'll be like last year.
But
like last year.
And all of that to say, like, I still think that we're overthinking it. I still think it's going to be the Dodgers. Everyone's like, and granted, don't get me wrong. Tanner Scott has been atrocious. Atrocious. And But I think what's going to happen, because you're starting to see the rumors percolate. There's been a little bit of smoke.
It's time for the percolator.
I did that to myself. That was unfortunate. You're starting to hear the rumors that Ohtani might go to the bullpen. And instead of using him as the 5th, 6th starter, make him the closer. Japan gave you the blueprint in the World Baseball Classic just a couple of years ago. And now Sasaki's coming back, and they're putting him right in the bullpen too. So this bullpen, which badly needs reinforcements, you're telling me that Dave Roberts and the Dodgers, they want to protect these guys' arms anyway. You're telling me that they're not going to look at those two guys and say, all right, we have Glasnow, we have Snell, and we have Yamamoto. You only need 3 starters in the postseason. And if you need a 4th, Hall of Famer Clayton Kershaw's there too. Great. Do we really need Ohtani and Sasaki anywhere outside of the bullpen? Let's have Ohtani close these games. I think the answer is right in front of their faces. And if they do make that move, I think it's just the Dodgers.
Yeah. I can't wait for October. All right, Jake. It's about that time.
You ready? You ready to do this? Ready to get mad?
I click.
It's been about 28 minutes. Yeah, let's do it. Let's talk American League MVP. Let's do it.
You go first. I can't start this.
All right, I'll start first. We have been saying.
Actually,
I
want to say something first.
Okay.
To the loyal, beautiful viewers of the Pickoff that have been here since March, you are the best. And I would like to say to you that what Cal Raleigh has done this season is nothing short of awesome, impressive, marvelous, beautiful, every adjective that is positive. There's nothing negative about what he has done this season as a catcher. Career year does not equal MVP, though. Just want to say that. There are so many moments of having more home runs in the past that have not won the MVP. 2017 Aaron Judge. Also, saying that we've never seen a catcher do this before is a very broad statement, in my opinion, because we've never seen a catcher hit this many home runs. That's what we're trying to say. Am I wrong, Jake, on that? That one, I'm getting through the comments I've seen that are driving me insane.
Sure.
We've seen catchers have unbelievable offensive seasons where they've batted over 250, well above 250, over 300, if you will. We've seen catchers, Salvador Perez, who Cal just broke his home run record a couple weeks ago or the last week, whatever the hell it was. Didn't win MVP. Didn't even come close, right? Pretty sure he didn't come close. So now the narrative is we care about catchers. And I just can't grasp why the narrative and the argument is literally 3 things. And I've seen nothing more than 3 things. And it's Cal has more home runs. Cal is going to break Aaron Judge's home run record. Fine. Cal carried the Mariners to the AL West. 1, we'll get to that in a sec. Wrong. No, he did not. And 3, he's a catcher. If I see another person say, well, Aaron Judge should get his ass behind home plate and squat a couple innings, what does that mean? What does that mean? That's like telling Lawrence Taylor he can't win MVP because he's not taking snaps. What is this argument? It's making me go insane. Now, riddle me this, people. Riddle me this. If Cal Raleigh was so important to this team's winning, why did they go and get third base Cal Raleigh, Eugenio Suarez? Why did they go get Josh Naylor if Cal was the one carrying the load? Why? You know what? When Aaron Judge got hurt, I was on this show with Jake, and Jake was on this show saying the Yankees probably will miss the postseason if Judge doesn't come back. Who is more valuable? Who are we kidding? God, I love this argument so much. I love this. And don't get me wrong. I'm fired up because I love the passion it takes. But just saying catcher doesn't Do it for me. Also, if you switched home fields, Judge would have more home runs than Cal Raleigh, according to Twitter. Also, riddle me these numbers. Over the last 15 games for Judge, 404, 8 home runs, 559 on base percentage, 1495 OPS, 10-5 record. His odds went down. Now, to the people out there looking at the odds going, well, it's over. Cal Raleigh is minus 50. That is not a representation of what the voters are going to do. That is just a reaction to all of the people out there betting on this. You think the odds are just going to let Cal Raleigh sit at plus 100 for months? No. Use your brain. Come on. God. And I don't understand how. Let me get more numbers. Hold on. Nobody speak. How can a guy that has, where's this number at? Sorry, I've been liking a lot of Cal tweets. Excuse me. Burp. How can a guy that is leading Cal in averages, hits, doubles, triples, walks, intentional walks, total bases, runs, on base percentage, where he's in a field of his own, he's nearly on base 50% of the time. Slugging percentage, OPS, WAR, less strikeouts. How are we going to even think about giving it to a guy who has 30+% strikeout percentage and 40% of his hits are why we are here? Like, the reason we're here is the home runs, which is all he does when 40% of his hits are that. And he's batting under 250. Nobody has won the award batting under 250 since Jamie Foxx. We weren't here. None of our parents were here when that happened. What are we doing? Who are we lying to? What are we doing? Go ahead, Jake. I'm done. The neighborhood knows that I'm talking about Cal Raleigh.
So I will lead this with saying I think you're right. I think it should be Judge. I think it will be Judge. I think the odds move off of yesterday is that it's 60.
Thank you.
It's a round number. Voters like round numbers. I will say, if Cal Raleigh does hit 63 home runs in the next 4 games, I do think he wins because voters love history. We saw it with the 50-50 club. We saw it with Acuna with 40-70 a couple years ago. Voters love history. There's also voter fatigue, which we've talked about, where Judge has won it. Judge has won it multiple times. People are sick of him. I don't know that the discrepancy in the stats, which you're right, Colby, you're completely correct. Judge is running laps around Cal Raleigh in OPS and batting average, on base percentage. The power numbers, obviously, Cal Raleigh is close or above Judge, especially in home runs, obviously. If he sits at 60, 61, 62, I think Judge just wins. Because now also a thing that you didn't mention is that people are saying, oh, well, the Mariners are going to win the AL West. Yankees are tied for the AL East right now.
Just realized
with the
I
Toronto
had
Blue
so
Jays.
much more ammo. I'm thinking
and so those things
I'm gonna
are
write it
one
down.
and the same. I think that the New York bump is a real thing. Voters love voting for the New York Yankees in the big markets. How do you make this into a number? How do you make this into something that you can bet on? You can't. My advice, if you have no Judge, if you have nothing in this market, I mean, there's plus 170 out there in Aaron Judge. I think that's valuable. I think this should be much closer to a pick. I don't think that Cal Raleigh should be minus 220. I think that's wrong. I think that's people, and Colby, you mentioned it. I think people are betting the hot streak. Judge also hit 2 home runs, by the way, last night. And so,
how did that get overshadowed? Also, this is what I forgot.
Because we're used to it with him. Well, it's because of the round number, because Cal Raleigh got to 60 and Judge is in that mid-40s.
Judge got to 51 yesterday.
This isn't to say that Judge can't win or that Cal Raleigh can't win. I think it's incredibly close. I was way more confident a couple of weeks ago that Judge was going to win. I think it's about a coin flip right now. I think if the season ends today, me personally, Jake Hassan would lean Judge because I prefer the cumulative stats and everything as opposed to just a big round number. But Colby, we also have to remember these are old bag of bones that are voting on this award. They love history. They love round numbers. They love big power numbers. Cal Raleigh's got all of that, especially if he hits 63. I think he just wins. Not impossible. Maybe not super likely. It depends. I mean, the Mariners have 4 games left. We'll see how it goes. I mean, they have 3 against the Dodgers left and 1 more against the Rockies. We'll see what happens.
63 would break Judge's AL home run record.
63 would break the single season American League non-steroid home run record from a couple of years ago, broken, originally set by Aaron Judge, which would then help Cal Raleigh's case because it would be, he broke Judge's record. I think he just wins in that case. Not to say it's going to be just 63. It could be 64, 65, whatever.
I think he gets 64.
If he breaks Judge's record, I think he wins. So ask yourself, do you think that the Dodgers pitch to him in this upcoming series?
That's it. Hold on. Pause. That is something I meant to mention that I completely forgot to mention because I was so fired up and blinded with the stuff I already had in my mind. But something that nobody seems to be talking about, except for a couple people, is the way both of these guys are getting thrown to at the moment. Judge, playing the White Sox, has been walked a billion times. They're just intentionally walking him as if like the White Sox are in this thing. Meanwhile, the Rockies, who are in the same boat as the White Sox, are just throwing to Cal. They're just throwing to him. So I think it's very odd the way that you look at the 2023 Aaron Judge where he broke the record, the way they were throwing to him, they wouldn't give him a chance. They would not give him a chance. And they're like, Cal Raleigh? Yeah, he's probably going to strike out. It's just like it's a completely different thing. And we talked about it last week. I don't believe in stat padding with baseball, but that's the closest thing. And that's not on Cal. I'm not blaming Cal for taking a pitch and hitting a ball a million miles when they're throwing to you. That is not a blame to Cal. I'm just baffled that the other teams aren't throwing the way that they're throwing to Judge. Does that show maybe how much more of a threat he is? Because like I mentioned, Cal's a 30% K percentage this season, and then 40% of his hits are home runs. So you're getting home run or bust from Cal. That's probably why they're throwing to him.
No, I agree with you. The thing we have to remember too is the Dodgers maybe not playing for anything. They might that last game or the last 2 games possibly even, they might just be chilling. So that's something that we have to keep in mind as well. I don't think that's going to be the case. I think the Dodgers are trying to get their guys as many reps as possible, especially, Freddie Freeman, Mookie Betts, who've been hurt and struggling earlier in the year. They want to keep that role going. So, I mean, all of this to say, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. I would still lean Judge, but if Raleigh hits 63 or more, I think he just wins because these voters, these old bag of bones and their ivory towers, they love history. So
I truly don't understand that the home run equals MVP. You know what I mean? Like, I understand the feat, but part of me, like, baseball's more than that. I understand somebody probably wants to comment, well, the home run's the best hit of them all. I'm aware. I've gone on record and said the baseball is the greatest feat in all of sports. I understand the impact of the home run. I love long balls. The chicks dig it, and I dig chicks. So, but I just don't understand how having a record-breaking season, and we've seen record-breaking home run season where it doesn't equal MVP, but now all of a sudden it does. And no, I don't, Cap. I don't, Cap. That's why we're arguing about it. And Jake feels the same way. But do I understand the catcher argument? I'm not a dumbass. Yes. I'm not a like that. That's not what I'm trying to do. I don't know if people think I'm just trying to downplay the catcher position.
No.
I've always wondered how come they're not better hitters when they're the ones looking at more pitches than anybody.
here's the thing too about the catching thing. Let's not act like the Mariners pitching staff is a top 10, top 5 staff. They have I looked it up while you were doing your rant. The Mariners have the 14th best starting pitching ERA in baseball. They have the 11th best ERA overall in baseball. Let's not act like Cal Raleigh's been Yadier Molina out here. It's been fine. And I get it. I get the wear and tear argument. I get the workload argument, but let's not act like this Seattle pitching staff.
The rotation doesn't even look close to what it was last year. Like it's
not even
putrid.
If this was last year, it'd be a different conversation for sure. But they've been real mediocre this year.
I've said it before. If this was last year's rotations with this year's offense, I would have already had their World Series ticket locked in.
Sure.
So the rotation hasn't been bad. I recall when I would do the since July 1st stuff there.
Why'd you say July like that?
I was thinking and speaking.
When
I kept going back to July 1st, they were like 10th worst in ERA.
Listen, I'm with you. I think a lot of people are.
I'm just worried. I'm worried about the award because
Colby, life will go on. It'll be fine.
No, it won't.
It'll be fine.
Also, I was Johnny from Gate 14 told me that my bias is always going to be in something if I'm a fan of a team. And I told him, I don't think I have a bias in this. I'm just viewing this as logically as I possibly can.
You get nothing from Judge. You personally get nothing from Judge winning MVP.
That's exactly what I said. I don't get anything. This isn't going to assure a World Series ring. If any, I'm just so.
If anything, historically, it guarantees you're not going to get a World Series ring.
Especially if this was the NFL.
Well, I just meant especially with Judge specifically.
I know. And I know a lot of people hate on him because he doesn't usually pan out in October. But when you got to carry Joe Schmoes that can't put it together unless you're in the lineup and Cody Bellinger carrying the way and Trent Grisham carrying the way.
Yeah. I think this is a good point. I don't think there's necessarily a wrong answer. And Colby, I know you're going to disagree with that, but like I get it. I get the historical significance of if he breaks the record. I'm firmly in the camp that Cal Raleigh should only win MVP if he breaks Judge's record. Then okay, well done, history making, flowers where they're due. But I think Judge is having the better cumulative season. If Raleigh breaks the record, cool, great. The team argument, they're one and the same. Both teams are probably going to win their division. It's going to be an epic collapse by both the Astros and the Blue Jays.
Since when does that matter, too? Since when does that matter?
Team success historically does not matter unless you're in a situation like this where you're trying to split hairs because you have two very, very good contenders for the award. Like I said, I don't know what's going to happen. I think it's a coin flip right now. So ipso facto, I do think there's Judge on value to win the award right now. If you have nothing else, I'm not saying, hey, go rush and bet Judge plus 170. No, of course not. Gamble responsibly. But if you have only Cal Raleigh and you have nothing Judge, I think it's a good idea to hedge with some Judge at plus 170, almost 2-1. If you have no Raleigh and you have only Judge, then cool. You're chilling. There's nothing to do. If you have nothing in this market at all, if you have no Raleigh or Judge, I think Judge is still a decent bet. And if you want better value, wheel it with Alabama to beat Georgia. Wheel it with the Bengals to cover 7.5 against the Broncos. Can you tell I'm on a couple of those things? Anyway,
don't do that.
The point
you
being,
like the Bengals?
Should the Broncos be laying 7.5 to anybody?
I mean, after
the
tough 2 weeks they've had, I lean with the team total for Broncos. Okay, I don't like the 7.
That doesn't mean they're going to cover the 7.5. Especially after the performance the Bengals put up last week. Anyway, all this to say, I think this is a very stupid argument. I think we've all given ourselves Stockholm syndrome. I mean, Colby is actively losing his mind. Colby FaceTimed me yesterday to bitch about this award yesterday. So
I have passion.
You do, and it's great. And it's one of your charms, one of your many. But I think
this is hilarious. So the super side note, when the robot ump thing broke Tuesday, I had Jen Piacenti on, and I asked her thoughts, and I go, I really don't have a thought. I don't have passion takes on either side. I go, it's just like, and she goes, I don't know you that well, but I feel like you're the kind of guy that has a lot of passionate takes. I go, one, it's because we're Italian. That's why you felt that too. Thank you so much. But I don't have a lean. I don't really care.
I mean, I like it. I think it's better for
I
baseball.
don't dislike it. Like
Yeah,
if they were like, we'll test it out another year, I'd be like, I get it.
Yeah, cool.
It's gonna.
I mean,
it's
I'm
gonna be
glad.
cool
I'm glad it's happening, but
also another quote from I saw on Twitter. Good luck throwing to Judge next year when he has those challenges. Good luck. Good luck.
Yeah, that's
good freaking luck.
The nice thing about this, though, we might, if Cal Raleigh wins the award, we might get some decent prices on Judge.
You mean next year?
Yeah. Not to say they're going to be awesome, but he might not be the favorite. Maybe he probably will. But
how many more years do you think Judge has? I've been thinking about that. 4? I think 4 is.
Do they transition him to full-time DH?
If the arm's bad, yeah. But then you have to worry about Stanton.
How old is he? 32, 33?
33. It came up at 26.
Which is insane.
Yeah, he must have struggled a ton in the
Aaron
minors.
Judge is 33. He will turn 34 in April of next year. And he has said he wants to play into his 40s. I think he could get there because Stan's off the books in like 2 years.
Yeah.
Right? And he might, Stan, once he gets to 500 home runs, he might just be good to go. He might just be like, all right, see ya.
Yeah. And I'm not saying I'm wishing.
Oh, yeah. Stan's only under contract for 2 more years.
Yeah. I wasn't like wishing him to like end his career or anything. It was just like because he's so big, but he's one of the all-time greats. So for some reason, the all-time greats always last into their 40s. So
sure,
it'll be interesting,
especially with the DH. That helps.
100%.
Should we do some bets?
Yeah, let's get into some bets. All right, I got a fun one I want to rattle off. Keep the Yankees bias rolling. I really like Jazz to get a hit tonight. Just at -165. I'm going to ride his hot streak. 367 for his home run. Feels like a great price. You can get plus money for his H to the double R. There's fantastic trends there. I will rattle off right now. Last 7 days, Jazz is betting 381 with 1197 OPS. I want to be on top of that for just the floor at $1.65. I don't think that's a lot of juice to pay for the floor. 35 elite ratings this season, records a hit 71% of the time at home, 73%. I had a lisp. 73% of the time at home, 68% of the time goes over 1.5 H to the double R. You can get plus money for that. You can take that as well. You can get around plus 145 for 1.5 bases. Hits a home run 25% of the time, 31% of the time at home. Taking on Davis Martin, who has struggled against lefties. Last 30 lefties faced, they have a 25% line drive percentage. Hitters have a 354 expected batting average, 576 expected slugging, and a 362 xWOBA. Jazz has been fantastic this past week, and I want to be on top of Davis Martin.
You want to be what?
All over it? What?
You said on top of.
I want to be on top of everything today. Davis Martin, every pitch he throws, Jazz loves. So, love Jazz today. Where do you want to go?
I, as somebody that has Diamondbacks tickets to win the World Series at massive prices from like a week ago, I mean, just like 2 just soul-crushing extra innings loss last night. After the extra innings win, I guess, the day before. So all things, being equal. But I just would really, really like the Reds to continue to lose as well. So I'm going to be on the Pirates on the money line today. Braxton Ashcraft has actually been like really awesome for them. And Nick Lodolo can't pitch at home. He is atrocious at Great American Ballpark. So I'll take a shot on the Pirates. I think this should be closer to a coin flip. I'll take them at a big plus price on the money line there.
Keep it rolling. Keep it rolling. What else? You already mentioned this, the Red Sox money line. Love this. As a guy who has the Yankees to come out of the East, I need this. So I'm happy.
We talked about the Tigers collapse. This Blue Jays collapse has been, it's why I don't like them in the postseason. The rotation has been mid at best. The lineup has gone somewhat cold, and the Red Sox, hottest team in baseball right now. Brian Bayo has hit the skids over his last 3-4 starts, but we know that upside is there. The way that this Blue Jays team looks right now, it's more of a fade of them than a play on the Red Sox. Again, I think this should be closer to a coin flip. I'll take the plus money with the Red Sox here.
I found my gift, Jake. Found my gift today.
Okay.
And I know there's an opener, and I'm aware of everything, but Montero should be on the bump today for the Tigers after the opener.
Oh, boy.
And look at this number.
Oh,
Yes.
I would play alts on that.
Yes. So Troy Melton is supposed to be the opener today, who struggles against lefties just as much as Montero. 6 elite rated hitters today, according to Batters-Box, with Troy Melton. And before Monty updated it, there was 6 as well with Montero, and it was all lefties. So this is just a perfect setup with the opener and who's going to come in afterwards. On the road against lefties, Melton, they're batting .302 with a .636 slugging percentage. One of the hottest teams in baseball to get 2 runs in the first 5 innings. I always say 1.5 runs in the first 5 innings, excluding the price under $1.80, is always a gift, because if you're already looking for this prop, you're basically anticipating it being 2.5, and then the number is whatever. You're already liking the offense, which means the pitching, whatever's going to come out after Melton, is probably not the greatest to have this much respect on a team that has been this good and this consistent over the last 10 games. I will ride that streak and happily pay the $1.60 juice.
So you think the Guardians are just going to cruise to this division title, huh?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think I'm with you.
Who do they have after the Tigers?
The Guardians have, I know we talked about it earlier, and now I have to pull it back up. Texas. Who? Oof, God.
Yeah, getting swept by the Marlins was hilarious.
By us on that one.
Hilarious. I do want to say the Blue Jays' final 2 series of the season is probably the worst 2 to have, especially when they're AL East foes. You have right now, obviously, they have the Red Sox, and they're potentially going to get swept, and then they have the
Tampa.
Rays. The 2 teams, well, one has to play upset, the other one's going to play upset.
Yeah,
so
100%.
And then obviously the Orioles are definitely going to try to play upset, but back-to-back East teams, that sucks.
No, it's not great. It's not what you want, especially when you're on the skids already. Gotta stop saying that. I said it like 4 times.
Skid Row? All right, tell me about this one. Tell me about the Athletics and the Stros.
Sure. I mean, it's in Sacramento, so I could just stop there and we could just move on. But also, JT Ginn has been terrible at home because it's Sacramento. And Framber Valdez, I mean, looks terrible in his last handful of starts. It just looks absolutely brutal, and the A's do mash lefties. So even though it's a high number, 9.5, I mean, we've seen this all year long with games in Sacramento. It's just overs. More like Sacramento over, right? So it's just it's the overplay. I didn't like it either.
Yeah, it's just tell me about this one where you gave me terrible odds and then changed it up. Tell me about that one.
Okay, well, I like Walker Buehler over 3.5 strikeouts. The Phillies fixed him. Has anybody watched his, albeit 2 games with the Phillies, one of them being
huge
a start?
Sample. You should probably take his home run.
Well, he's a pitcher, so that'd be tough. He's been awesome, though. The Phillies fixed him, and he's looked great, and now he gets the Marlins 3.5 at plus money for a guy that historically and in his career is capable of 7, 8, 9, 10 strikeouts. Sure, I'll take this 1,000%. Over 3.5 strikeouts. Shop around because there's as low as minus 120 out there on the strikeouts over, but plus 105 is out there too.
Tell me about this lean you got.
Lean with it, rock with it.
This McDonald's lean. Tell me about this one. Nolan McLean.
Wow.
Hey, if you can say
Sacramento over, fair. Nolan
you should have just said sacked over. You should have said sacked over.
No, that doesn't make sense.
Neither does what you said.
Sacramento over.
Chad, help me out.
I don't know. Whatever. Noah McLean over 1.5, over 5.5 strikeouts, plus 152. Really good odds for a guy that has consistently gone over this number and gets a Cubs team that is very swing happy. It could go poorly. They could hit 3 home runs and he gets chased in the game, but through his first handful of starts in the majors, he's gone 6, 7, 8 strikeouts pretty consistently. So I'm going to keep betting on the rookie to continue to have a good start to his career. Can you stay?
A team I don't want to see in the postseason.
The Mets? Oh, I don't. I mean, they're currently on the last spot, but I mean, not an awesome look for them going forward. Although they have Miami to close, so could be okay. Meanwhile, the Diamondbacks have the Padres.
Can we talk about 5 games? Was it 4 games? 5 games? 4 games left. I gotta sweat out
the Francisco Lindor home run.
Oh, it's not gonna happen.
They get the Marlins to close. It could absolutely happen.
At home or away?
That's a great question that I do not have the answer to. If you give me 2 seconds, I'll let you know.
I'm nervous.
In Miami.
Is that a hitter's park or is it just neutral?
I think it used to be a pitcher's park, but I think they changed the dimensions and now it's neutral. I could be incorrect about that though. I'm wrong a lot about a thing. I'm wrong about a lot of things.
Isn't that something a bot would say?
What? Aren't you glad I'm not a bot?
Yeah. But I don't think it happens. I'm shocked he's even at 29 right now because he went like a month with just 1.
He's been blistering hot lately, though. They can still get it today. Who's going for the Cubs?
Imanaga.
Oh, could totally get that. And then you get that Cubs bullpen at some point, too. You're going to be fine. I bet you get it today.
I'm not. No, I'm not.
Why? Because we bet it yesterday. He's going to do it today. Guarantee it.
He didn't even have a good matchup yesterday. Let me see the price. Lindor.
Sometimes you just gotta do it for the vibes.
I will say this, and I'm not the books no dude. What was the price we got yesterday? 5 what?
575.
I'm looking at as low as 360.
What do they know?
What do they know? There's a 425 out there.
A little bit of blue on batters-box. Just saying.
He's blue?
Not fully, but a little bit on
I always look at the full rating.
Fastball percentage.
I always look at the full.
Excuse the hell out of me. All right, run through the plays and then we'll get out of here.
Yeah, that was all I had. I only had 2. So
I think we did all.
Jazz Chisholm to get a hit a home run. Pay the juice. Don't pay the juice. You can get a plus 140 plus for 1.5 bases if you want to take that, or his H to double R. I like the Guardians' first 5 team total over 1.5 runs. Jake likes the Rats. He likes the over in the Astros game. He likes the under in the Dodgers game.
I do like that.
Walker Buehler over his K's. Red Sox, ML, and Nolan McLean over 5.5 strikeouts. Jake, I was talking about it over the last few days. What should I do if he does homer? Shower? Scream?
I mean, you're going to scream regardless.
Yeah. Oh, I meant to tell you. So when Riley Green homered the other day, and Jess and I were eating dinner, and we were just talking, and I got the update, and I go, 1 moment, I have to go yell.
It's been lovely, but unfortunately, I need to scream.
It's been great, but I'll be right back. I got to yell. And then I'm like, all right, we have no follow-up show here today. I think it's coming up later this afternoon. No Any Given Wager till later today. So Jake and I kicked off your morning into the afternoon, depending on where you are in the time zones. Jake Hassan, let the folks know where they can hear you.
At Jake_Hassan on Twitter, HASAN. Saturday morning, 670 The Score, early odds, 8 a.m. Central. And otherwise, I'm just generally around.
Generally around where?
BetMGM Network. I mean, Instagram if you want. I'm not that funny. The city. I gave
up my Instagram the other day. I was like, I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
All right, folks. Make sure to give Jake __ Hassan a follow. Make sure to give me a follow at Colby M Betts on X. This has been another fantastic Thursday edition of the Pickoff. I love you all, and I bid you adieu.
Bye.
What you know about rolling down in the deep? Down in the deep.
Now I know y'all be loving this shit right here.
Rolling.
What you gonna do?
Rolling.
What you gonna do, man?
Down in the rolling.
What you gonna do? Right, y'all be loving this shit.
What you know about